Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take. It's Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. We've got a jam frickin' packed video for you. We've got our boy Fazzer created this completely sick ramp deck that's not like what you would expect. We've got so much for you. Custom card challenge, a whole wide show for you. But before we get to it, hit that sub button, hit that like, hit that comment, help us grow. It's free to you and it does so much for us um for you to help show us that little bit of extra support with that sub, with that like, with that comment. If you're willing to ring that notification bell, we bring you 3 new decks every single weekday. We have a show Sunday, we have a podcast that comes out Saturday. We bring you more top quality Marvel Snap content, the best decks, the fastest if anyone in the meta. Our goal is to help you improve, to help you get the most out of Marvel Snap, so hit that sub button. We also maintain a giveaway sheet. It's in the description to this very video. The giveaway sheet has every active giveaway in Marvel Snap, thanks to our friend Banshee. So it's just a resource for you. Check it out in the description. You can win some free stuff, find some great content. All right, so today we're gonna go start with the giveaway. Then we're going to questions of the day. Then we've got our friend Fazzer's deck. Fazzer you can find over on Twitter. He twitches too, but rarely lately. He's on holiday right now. We've got a custom card challenge from which we do in conjunction with Drewberry's Discord. Always props to the Berryverse. This custom card challenge was a classic Spider-Verse move. Then we have a deck from Myleee, twitter.com/MyleeC, 3 E's in that Myleee. This is a Loki deck. It's stellar. Then we've got a We Vote Wednesday, which you're going to choose a card that we feature in a card that we feature in a deck in an upcoming video, usually either Sunday, sometimes Friday, but usually either Friday or Sunday's video. Then we've got well, it's sort of a zoo deck, but like Phil Woodward and Buddii both came up with the same basic deck, but Buddii put in a Thanos shell and Phil didn't. So we're gonna look at both of those because I think they're really cool, and those are two of my favorite people. We'll end as always with shops and shoutouts. Before we go, just a quick reminder, this is a daily snap show. We release 3 decks daily and have numerous other running segments. There's a whole bunch more to say about that. You could just read this if you want to. But what's really, really important that I want to call your attention to, it's not written anywhere else. Well, 2 things, I guess. First, Twitch drops are live. So if you go on Twitch, you can get a premium mystery variant for watching for a bunch of hours. You can get some credits, you can get some boosters just for watching Marvel Snap on Twitch. If you'd like to know who to watch, leave me a comment. I'll give you some suggestions based on what you like, what kind of content you're looking. In addition, we just hit 1 million total channel views. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched this video, whether it be long or short. Greatly appreciate it. 1 million blew my mind. Thank you. All right. Questions of the day. Our first question is from Obeyer. He wants to know if Second Dinner should focus more on card design than OTAs. I mean, so I'm in the process of it's literally taken me like a week because I'm really poring over it and trying to like think through the cards, what it means that they're nerfed, what it means that they're buffed, what these things do. Um, it's going to be an article in Marvel Snap Zone. I've been talking about it for like a week because it's taking a lot of time. Sometimes they're not focusing enough on design, but a lot of the cards that are problems, right? Like, okay, so in hindsight, it's easy to see Ms. Marvel is too strong, right? Or Werewolf by Night is too strong. But when they were tested, think about that Ms. Just a mere month before them was Elsa, right? The problem is Elsa in the meta. Elsa put so much stats in them that these other cards they tested don't look as good by comparison. They get released, but then Elsa gets nerfed, and these other cards are too strong. I don't know how you fix for that. I don't know how you cover for that unless you have like months of planning for all of your OTAs, but you can't because the second something hits the wild, and the perfect example of this is Loki. No one thought Loki was good except Safety Blade. Everyone, and like people are going to be in the comments like, I thought Loki was good. I interviewed over 50 creators. The only person who like didn't think Loki was, um, like everyone thought Loki was like at best decent except Safety. Lambie, take your pick. Everyone. Um, it's really hard. So yes, they should focus more on card design than OTAs, but they kind of have to do both because card design is like so complicated in Marvel Snap and so quickly moving. I'm coming to a conclusion about that, but I don't know if that my conclusion from where I am in the articles will be my conclusion at the end. I'm 3/4 through. I think I know what I want them to do, but we'll talk about that more as I'm sure that that's actually what I want. SD Don't Be Evil wants to know my most common misplay and that of my opponents. So the big thing my opponents do wrong that I see them do wrong is a lane that I've got won. And like I know what they're playing, and I see them playing into the lane. I'm like, you're just killing your stats. You're playing stats in this lane that you cannot, or like you should know what I have. I'm playing a fairly standard deck, and you should know you can't win. What are you doing? Just play other lanes, right? You're not going to win this one with what your deck does unless you get extraordinarily play elsewhere. That's their most common misplay. My most common misplay happened to me again today. For some reason, when things like Triskelion happen or whatever, and I miss a draw, sometimes I think turn 6. Sometimes I think turn 6 is turn 5, and I'm just like, okay, so I do all my setup stuff, and I'm like, all right, I got this perfect turn 6, and then the game ends, and I'm like, oh, I lost 4 to 8 cubes. Cute. Don't know what happens, but it happens like once a week, which is completely absurd. I know it happens to other players. I've literally watched it happen to streamers, but like it is easily my most common like and frustrating like regular miss. Gunny T asks if I'm also a dog person as well as a cat person. I am, but my life does not work for a dog. Dogs are like needier, right? Addie, the cat, who is in the video once in a while, takes care of himself. Like we have to clean the litter box, we have to put out food, right? But that's basically the extent to which you need to take care of a cat. Dogs need walking. We're going on a couple of vacations, and the channel will still go on. There will be no missed videos for this vacation, or sorry, for either of the two vacations. I promise. I mean, I can't promise. I guess like shit could happen, but we're not planning on having any of that. I'd have to do something with that dog. For the cat, the downstairs neighbor comes up once a day, throws some food in a bowl, pets him for 2 minutes, and he's happy. So like, I don't know. My lifestyle, and that I live in an apartment don't really fit a dog, but I love dogs. And I love almost all animals, not all animals, a-holes, but like I really love animals. I think they're pretty great. Um, my favorite animal, by the way, and this is ridiculous, is a turtle. I don't know why. I think turtles are the coolest damn thing. If you'd like your question read out in tomorrow's video, leave one in. All right, this is Fazzer's Hellfire Red Carpet. This deck is very, very cool. I am personally a very big fan of it. Um, I was like, this doesn't make sense when he sent it to me, right? I was like, this is just complete nonsense. We got a 71% win rate in a real sample size, so this is a legit deck. Basically, you have like a million different game plans based on whether you get Zabu or Electro. And if you don't get either, like Wong Panther Zola still wins games, right? You can go you can still go Shuri, Red Skull Taskmaster here and win the game. But you can also go like Electro into Leech, right? You can drop Electro into Leech and then you can go Wong and just say, good, let's go. Beat that with your like, I can't go wide. You can go, yeah, there's just a lot. You can go Zabu into Wong into Shuri into Panther or Red Skull, right? Like, and now you just got a 10 bajillion power card. Hell, if you do that into Doom, you have a 20 power Doom and 10 in each, right? Like, there's just a lot you can do with this deck that is extremely strong, extremely cool, and worth messing. All right, so you must have Zabu, but Lad can be any good card. I'd personally try Shang, but you could also try the card that came out, Grandmaster. And some of you are like, hey, where's my Grandmaster decks? Hey, Grandmaster has a super low win rate the first. People put that damn card in everything and in most things. It was just like, what the hell is happening here? This isn't working. Cool. So I'm not going to give you some crap Grandmaster decks that are half baked and then yell about it. I'm going to give you really good Grandmaster decks tomorrow once we have a chance to see what's good. I have a feeling I know what's good at this point, but like a feeling's not good enough. I will let you know for sure when I know for sure. All right. So this is again 71% win rate, and we are looking at 61 games, which is a real number. So like this is a very, very good deck. Turn 1, use Sunspot. Turn 2, use Zabu. Turn 3, Electro or Zabu if you have them. If you have Zabu out, you can Wong or Lad. You don't really usually want a Shuri on turn 3, but you'll happily Wong. Turn 4, Shuri or Wong. And if not, if you didn't play Electro, you just drop Shuri or Wong. If you did play Electro, Panther, Skull, or Leech, just getting that Leech out on turn 4 is really good. If you like drop Leech and Snap, sometimes people just leave and you just get free wins. Turn 5 is Panther on Wong or Red Skull and Shuri. or Zola after Panther. So if you Panther just like naked on 4, right? Because you went Electro, then you just Zola that right away and call it a day. Or if you dropped a naked Red Skull, you can just drop a Taskmaster, and then you drop a Doom, and usually have enough power, you're wide enough to go over them. And then turn 6 is Doom or Zola, or occasionally Taskmaster, and you win. You have a wonderful time. It's a very powerful deck with a lot of plays. All right, Wake variant talk. We got Sunspot, Zabu, Shuri, Wong, Iron Lad, Zola, Black Panther, and 8 hips. Gonna have that full hip deck one day soon. Feel it. I can smell it. I opened this Electro. I feel like it really fits in well with the Wongs. This is now my favorite Doom. I've got a gold background. F Nazis. And then I like this Taskmaster a fair amount. There's a hip that I'd like, but it's not out yet. All right, so we did our Drewberry Berryverse keyword. Sorry, custom card giveaway. Our we did move, and our theme was Spider Verse. So if you would like to participate in the next one of these, check Drewberry's Discord. And if you want to make custom cards, snaptracker.me/custom is how you do that. We are going to look at our winners for week's this week's custom cards. And by the way, the winner of the custom cards, every custom card winner for the month is going to be put into a pool. And at the end of the month, um, what we're gonna do is one of them is gonna get a free season pass. I think that's a nice way to like incentivize people for creativity and coolness. Plus, I just like giving away stuff to cool people. All right, this is my favorite. It's Shazana. It is Spider Punk. On reveal, if you're losing this location, move your other cards here to another location. It's only a 4/3 because that is so freaking strong and so freaking cool. It basically popcorns out your cards if you're losing. Um, one of the like things in Marvel Snap that loses you games is any card you play at a lane that's losing, usually outside of like Ms. Marvel and Doom, Mr. Fantastic and stuff, are just sort of wasted stats, right? Like they won that lane, so your actual numbers in that lane are just done, dead, wasted. You can use a 4-drop, and again, like with Zabu I guess should be one. With Zabu here, you just get so freaking much upside from your ability to be like, yeah, but no thanks. Drop it, pop it, throw off your other cards. This works amazing with Vulture, Dagger, Human Torch, and Multiple Man, obviously. Works great with Dr. Octopus, and it really, really, really wants Zabu. I might play this without move cards, although this might be enough for like a move good stuff package. I might play this without move cards and just go to town. Also, this is one of my favorite spider characters. So, yeah, Spider Punk. Okay, we've got some extra variants. These are my 2 favorite. There were like 8 variants for this because Shazana is amazing. Um, I personally am partial to the one on the right with the pointing at the vest in the back, or the power fist raised in the hand in the back. And then we've got the bubblegum chewing one. I really love this card. I want this card in the game so freaking bad. And because he's popping everything all over the place, it fits perfectly with the anarchy thing. I am so for Spider Punk. Let's go. This card is amazing. Next up, we have Supaidaman. I think I said that wrong, but it is Silverwolves. This is the Japanese Spider-Man. On reveal, move all your 1-cost cards to this location if possible. So your synergies are Human Torch, Ghost Spider, and Iron Fist, but this card is meant to be used with Beast, right? It could also be used really, really, really well if you've already beasted. Then you can do the replay thing, and then you can use Grandmaster to shove that beast back to the middle and rebounce everything. And that's just so strong and so cool. This is exactly what bounce needs. I love it. I love to see it. I think this is so cool. You can also use this to pull your cards under like an armor if your opponent played an armor and you're just like, "Ugh, well, I would like to protect these cards. Let's just move everything over there, move everything under there." You can pull away dead cards from lanes you've already lost, and so on and so forth. The other big thing this is great for is a Phoenix Force that has eaten a Human Torch. It's an extra move for that card too. This is so cool. We got some variants. I really, again, like I this time I like the one with his face showing. I think the other one is just cool as hell, but I like the one with his face showing, and I'm a big fan of this card. Congrats to Silverwolf, who's like won 2 of the 3 times we've done this. Silverwolf has a lot of talent at this. Our final one is Longbones Go Home Machine. Um, this is very, very cool. I would expand its use a little bit, but I think that like ongoing could really use this. The go home machine, by the way, is the machine that like everyone uses in Spider-Verse to go back home. It's like a spider machine that lets them sends them home from whatever dimension they end up in. And like I think it's really cool. Your cards that have mood triggers cost one less. It helps them get on the board so they can home. Really cool synergy. It goes again with the basic move cards: Dagger, Multiple Men, Spider-Man 29, and Vulture. I'd probably let it work with more stuff. Um, like as long as the card doesn't have an ongoing or on reveal, I might let it work with it. So I'd let it work like Hercules too, probably. I think that that's just a very, very cool card. Um, Move is an expensive archetype where like missing a card on curve is absolutely brutal. And being able to say, but no thanks, I'll actually just take care of that with this is a great, great, great way to take care of that problem. We've got a couple of variants. There's the one where it's like a room machine here on the left, and then the much cooler one, like the virtual one, on the right, which I love, which would be like a variant I'd buy the crap out of. So congrats to our winners. We've got Longbones, we've got Silverwolf again, and Shazana. And Shazana, straight up, this is my favorite variant that we've seen of everything we've seen thus far. So huge props to everyone. All three of these will be entered to win the season pass. All right. Our keyword is add to the deck. I know that's not an actual keyword, but much like Beta Ray Bill and Thor add a card to the deck, we are going to do Norse gods, and you are going to be adding cards to the deck with whatever you do. That is your game design decision. And if you'd like to participate, join Drewberry's Discord. Um, and sorry, the link to that will be in the description of this video. You can build your cards on snaptracker.me/custom, and this will end next Monday, 129. And I think this is just a good feature for Wednesday's videos. So we're going to try and keep Monday to our deadlines, and then Wednesday to our releasing of winners and custom cards. All right, we have this deck is silly. This went from like 150 to 20 in no time. It's Mylee's Loki. Um, Okay, so the bottom of the curve is obvious, right? Like it's standard Loki stuff. Quake and Rogue are good right now, and then it just says, okay, but sometimes I don't Loki. My opponent's like thinking I'm gonna Loki, and I've got this decent power thing going because Mirage gave me an extra card, right? And I have all this cheap stuff. Why not Professor X then and just steal a lane? If I Professor X and I can keep priority, well then Goliath should win the game. Ta-da! Right? Like it's just silly how strong this is and how simple the concept this is that no one that I know of has done before. So huge props to Miley, who should have three in her name. All right. So replacement Snowguard can be Maria Hill. You lose a lot. Fair warning. Snowguard turning off Limbo in particular, turning off locations you can't get into is huge. Although you do have Quake for locations. You need Zabu, Loki, and Eliath. Sorry. There's an Eliath free version of a really good current Loki deck that we talked about last week. So if you're interested, check that out. It's got Loki in the thumbnail and stuff. Ms. Marvel doesn't have a good replacement, but like because Ms. Marvel's here largely because we have Professor X here. But if you try Super Skrull or Enchantress, you'll probably end up okay. Cool. All right. So from rank 110 to 20 is huge, incredibly difficult. So turn one, Quinjet over Snowguard. Turn two, Zabu over Quinjet over Mirage over Snowguard. Turn three, Zabu is your priority. And then if you played Snowguard, you Loki on turn three. If you didn't, I usually don't play Loki on turn three. Turn four, although there's locations that change that. Or Coulson. Turn four, Loki or Ms. Marvel. Turn five, Loki, Professor X or Ms. Marvel. Turn six, Eliath or Ms. Marvel. And Shang-Chi, because hopefully you got Zabu out. That's it. This deck is really strong. Like really, really strong. No one knows what they're playing against. No one expects it. If I was just trying to win some Infinity Conquest or try and get some Infinity tickets in Conquest, this is probably the best deck to play, in my personal opinion. Because opponents don't know it. You've got so much cube equity because they don't. Quick variant talk. We've got Steampunk Quinjet, Noir Coulson. I went Jacinto for Shang and Peach for Ms. Marvel. I think that's a Peach. Could be whatever. Jim Lee Rogue. We've only got two hips, Zabu and Eliath. Hellfire Gala for Professor X. Season Pass variant for Loki. Just a really great Quake, the one I was putting thumbnails. My favorite Mirage, the one that feels most comic-y. And Spotlight Snowguard. We vote Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we vote for a card that's not really played a lot to feature in a deck. Tap was in last week and featured in Friday's video. This week, our choices are Crystal, Squirrel Girl, Titania, Jean Grey. So one of these will win, get eliminated. We'll keep the other three for next week, and I know what the next card is going to be for next week. All you have to do is comment which of these you'd like to see in next Wednesday's We Vote Wednesday. Also worth noting, next Wednesday is when we kick off our season pass giveaway for Black Swan. So don't miss that either. All right. Woodward's Ongoing My Heart. Phil Woodward is an awesome human. Really, really appreciate that dude. We spent a bunch of time talking. This deck's really cool. I'm not great with it, but the win rate with it is awesome. So apparently I just kind of suck, but that's fine. I don't suck. I'm just not playing this particular deck well, or it's not draws aren't agreeing with me. Only 5 games. So you drop 1-drops, right? You care to make them safe, you make them big, and if they drop something too big for you, you've got Valkyrie. And if not, then if you can go like Kazara, Blue Marvel, Spectrum, and you've got enough 1-drops out, you've got +4 to your whole board. Quinjet's here just because it's an ongoing. Howard's here largely going. Ghost actually has synergy with Valkyrie. Ant-Man has synergy with all the stuff. And Echo says, please stop mismarveling me. Ms. Marvel makes my life so difficult. Cool. That's the whole list. It's got armor and Kara because freaking Killmonger is everywhere. And then hopefully you can win. This deck is really cool. Buddii independently came up with the same deck. Like, look at these decks. One, Buddii runs Mr. Fantastic instead of a 1 because Thanos comes with extra 1s. I think that is literally it. Like, it's Thanos, Mr. Fantastic, and then other basically the same for cool. Thanos again comes with 1s built in, so you don't have to run the extra 1s. Which of these do I like better? I don't care. They're both really good. Do you have Thanos? Play the Thanos version. Do you not have Thanos? Play the other version. They're both very good. So Woodward put in Dazzler over Echo after more testing because you fill your freaking lanes, and then Dazzler's a 2/8. Howard as filler as an ongoing. Try Dazzler or Echo. If you don't have Echo or Howard, pick another good cheap ongoing. You need Kyera, and like Thanos is good. Cool. All right. So two of my friends came up with the same idea. You love to see. So turn 1, 1-drops. Turn 2, more 1-drops. You can drop armor if you need. Turn 3, Kyera if you need it, or armor and 1. This is a very complicated deck to pilot, I'm telling you. Turn 4, Kazar. Turn 5, Blue Marvel. Turn 6, if Ghost is played, I really like Valken a 1. It usually lane, so it's really strong. Then I like Spectrum because +2 to the majority of your board is insane. And then Destroyer if you've set up for it. Destroyer can be hard to use. And Destroyer with Kyra is complicated in that if it kills Kyra, it kills left to right. So if it kills Kyra, it'll kill all your 1-drops on the right. So be careful. Play Kyra to the right. All right, quick variant talk. I did different variants of decks because cooler, where possible. We've got our baby Ant-Man to be buds with our baby Valkyrie because those two cards go so well together. We've got the Peach Momoko Spectrum here. It is winter and chilly for Destroyer. I don't know where this Blue Marvel came from. I think it's Ultimate's Blue Marvel. This Kazar came from a season pass. Don't get me started about Kyara. Armor. This is the only armor we have. Quinjet. Steampunk again. I threw my Spotlight Howard with his Infinity Ducklet in here. Peach Momoko Echo to chill with the Peach Spectrum. And then just the hip Ghost is sadly the only hip here. But we have more hips here. This is the hippie version of the deck, the Buddii deck. So we went Ant-Man hip, Ghost hip, Howard hip. Then we have Kazar hip, Blue Marvel hip, and Spectrum hip. So we're at like 7 hips. Wait, we're at 8 hips? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're at 6 hips. Okay. 7 Destroyer. So happy about this one. Mr. Fantastic is a pirate and kind of disgusting. I want my armor hip, but whatever. I'd like Kyra to just have some damn variants in the game. We've got the Rian Valkyrie, and then my favorite Thanos, at least until the Infinity Gauntlet one comes out and I blow a bunch of Spotlight keys extra to. Cool. All right, we're into the home stretch now, friends. Our shop yesterday, because remember that we don't do shops when we do new cards. We'd have 2 days of shops to look at. So I looked at this. I keep staring at this Peach Momoko Magic. I'm not buying it. I have five Magics, four Magics. I don't need it. The Jacinto Colleen is good, but I have the Noir, and they feel very similar, so I didn't grab it. I have Pixel Mojo. I have them, and all the other Mojos look kind of like. We're good. Um, I like this Celine fine. I've got the Spotlight. I spent a lot to get that Spotlight, so I'm happy with the Spotlight. I like it because it's more colorful, does more stuff. I got the Jacinto Venom and the Hip. I've got a Baby Angel, which is like Archangel, which I think is kind of great. I need the freaking Hip Rescue. If that was the Hip Rescue, I would have cried. It's not, so we're sad. I finally bought the Scarlet Witch because it's a hip, and that's where we are. I opened some stuff. I had a lot of credits that were burning a hole in my pocket, so I got some crap gold. And then I got a Baby Storm, which is like somehow the only storm I don't love in the game, so great. I got Wakandan Captain America, which I think is pretty cool. It's not especially iconic, but it's pretty cool. And I finally got this Mr. Negative that like everyone have but me. So not bad. And then today I saw that Nova and Pantheon, the Pantheon variants of Nova and Patriot, and I felt like I had. So I bought the Nova because the Nova feels like it's Annihilation Conquest Nova, and I love Annihilation Conquest. That Abnett and Landing run is one of my favorite things, so I had to buy it. And then like I almost didn't buy Patriot. I was 50-50. I was deciding between Patriot and finally getting that Rion Shang-Chi. And I don't have. I actually ran out of Shang boosters because I've got like three gold Shangs. So I had enough for Patriot to at least see if I got a gold. And guess what? I got this Patriot. I might get this Nova and gold. Take my time. I got as I was opening things, I got this leader variant, which is funny because I think it's the same freaking variant as the Pantheon, so that's nice. I don't like Venomized stuff. Sorry. I've this Surfer, the Greek Surfer is great, but I've got like four Surfers that are great. The Greek Dagger, I've got the 1602, and I don't know why I don't like the angles on this one. I don't like Venomized cards, and eventually I'll get the Rianshang, but no rush. Getting Nova was complicated because I do have the Midnight Suns one, which I think is gorgeous. So it was a 50-50, but I decided to pull the trigger because, well, I love Annihilation. Cool. All right. Certain tiers of Patreon support come with on-air thanks. So I'd like to thank Models, Pretty Chill, Author Newman, Ink, No Flex, Mandatory Burnout, Matt Conduit 23, Good Dog Gamer, Kierdix Lee, Mikey Hijinks, TG Winfield, Cables, Rob Silverman, Matt H, Abigail Gieslin, Direwolf, Ocularis, Jay Navarrete, Mike Collins, Coy Ray, Louis Antunez, JD McDonaldino, and the homie. Okay, so the zoo decks are probably closer to fun tier than like god tier, but they're super fun tier, and they can win games. You will like if you want to hit infinite with them, you'll hit infinite with them. Uh, the first two decks I think are meta decks that no one's playing and talking about right now, and you should check them out. Hopefully, you like the videos. Tomorrow we're gonna look at how to work the very best versions um of Grandmaster, and I've got this like giant Hella guide. I think I have the best version of the Hella Lockjaw deck. And then we had our friend Robert River and write up a guide again. We're gonna do a giant Hella guide tomorrow again. Subscribe if you're interested. Check out the Patreon. I do an extra like 2 to 5 minute video there every day where I just talk about stuff. If you're interested in that too, take it out. Patreon.com/snapjudgments. Appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow for another Snap Take. Peace.